My name is Moses Njova. I'm from Malawi. I remember when growing up, my mom would wake me up early in the morning at 4 a.m. We go to the bakery store to buy scones so I could sell in the market and find food on the table. Growing up in poverty, extreme poverty, was my upbringing. I remember one time my primary school teacher asked me to go to a Bible club. And I didn't know what was there. By then I was in the 5th grade and she was always inviting me to these Bible club meetings. Then I got interested because when I went that side I found they are serving good food. So my aim was not to listen much of what they are talking about, but I wanted to have a bite of this good food. I enjoyed the good food that they served. So I started going there frequently, and God had a plan for me. And it is where I became born again Christian. Everything that I went through is what motivated me to do what I'm doing today. It is what has led me to start the Abundant Life Center. Giving people life in abundance. We want people to live with Christ, and Christ is the only one that can give us life in abundance. So we started feeding 50 children. We're hoping that we could feed 50 children. Then 200 children showed up with a small bag of corn. We made the porridge so light that we were able to feed 200 children. Just like the bread and the fish, the story of Jesus Christ multiplied. We saw the porridge that day feed 200 children. It was amazing. And that day, for the first time, I felt the joy of fulfillment in my heart, that at least I've helped someone. We started from feeding 50, then we moved to 200 children, to where we are now feeding 4,000 children every day at 3 different centers. People ask me, why are you doing all this? I tell them we feed children because they are our foundation. Once we have the right foundation, they will grow up with morals, good values. We will raise girls that will be responsible, that will not give their bodies into prostitution. We will raise women that will be able to speak up and not be silent and suffer and die because of an abusive husband. So the children come to the center, they eat, they learn, we disciple them. We preach Jesus to them because we want them while they are young. We started a women and widows empowerment program where we're giving the women the voice, giving them the ability to create wealth, to make wealth so that they are able to support their household. These women come to the center, they learn skills, sewing, knitting, baking, and basic home economics. And also we teach them that they can speak when their husbands are being abusive. These women today, as I'm talking to you right now, we've seen them start small businesses. We've seen them go in the market, sell tomatoes. We've seen them bake scones, take to the market where they sell and come back with something they can simply smile and say, this is our money. We've made this money. As I'm talking right now, we left home and graduated over 43 women. We have these women for 6 months. We train them, they get in a business and start selling stuff. As when they graduate, they go and start their own businesses. We are having a program where we're giving a pig to every woman. Having livestock is a way of a status in community. And once we give them these pigs, when they litter, they are able to sell, eat meat, and have money at their household levels. Our women have been empowered. With this program, we've seen the women having the finances, gender-based violence reduced, but also we've introduced adult retreats where the women come to learn. Because we realize most of the people in community are not educated, and some of the mindset that we need to educate our women. So we teach them basic writing and reading skills so that whatever they sell in the market, they are able to come home and write their records. I sold so much, I'm going to use so much. I don't want to see girls going to prostitution. I don't want to see girls die of HIV and AIDS. So we introduced a girls empowerment program. The program that is aimed to give girls the skills, keep the girls in school, and counsel them so that they do not go into early marriages. People back home, children, young as 12 years, 10 years old, go into early marriages. The grannies, they want the girls to get married so that they have food on the table. But we rescue these girls, rescue them, put them in school, and start counseling them and giving them all the incentives that they need to stay in school. Right now, we have over 48 girls that are sewing and knitting, and whatever they sew and knit, they go and sell and have something in their hands to feed for themselves. Then we realize that yes, we can do with girls, but how about the men who are the major culprits? So we introduce a men's ministry. We sit with these men every 2 days in a week, where we talk about family. We talk about how can you be a responsible father? How can you fend for your family? The importance of working, the importance of raising children in a godly way. So we've seen the men change. The men that never used to do work in the wetlands are now going back to work. The men that were drunkards, some of them have received Christ. And this is what my dream was. This was my dream. This is what I said. I said, I want to change society. I want to change life. I want to change minds. And the men now have changed. Then we realized that leadership is important. We're working with chiefs, and when we introduce the chief program where we go and minister to the chiefs, we take Christ to them, we evangelize, we go door to door, preach Jesus to them. And out of 168 chiefs that we have, 70 have received Jesus and have started going to church and have Bibles. They can easily come in a meeting and start singing, praising God and reciting Bible verses, which never used to happen, all to the glory of God. And this is why I'm doing what I'm doing, is to change society, is to change mindset, so that each one of us has a better life. Then we have a pastor's program. We realize the church has a role to play in society. The church has a big role to play. So we go teach the pastors their role. We go train the pastors leadership skills and basic Bible knowledge, so that they are able to preach good sermons even when they stand in church. Then we said, no, there are some diseases, simple diseases like waterborne diseases, that our people, diarrhea, cholera, are dying of. Then we invited SWIM to come on board. SWIM came and introduced to us the chlorine processing unit, the chlorine that we add to water to make it safe to drink. This has become like a wildfire. It's flying, it's all over. Because once we trained the chiefs and the men in the community and then taught them how to use chlorine, we started going community by community trying to share the chlorine. And now we've reached a lot of people. What happens is once we make the chlorine at the center, we put it in 5 liters and small bottles and go door to door. And once we do that, we find either a family sitting at home, we start introducing ourselves, then we share with them Christ. After sharing with them Christ, then we ask them to share with us their challenges. They start to share what their challenges, what they are facing. Then we introduce chlorine to them. We give chlorine to them, we tell them how to use it, but the bottom line is Christ is preached. And this is what we do 3 days in a week. This is what we do. And once we go there, we make sure that Jesus is preached. So we give you chlorine, we preach Jesus to you. We give chlorine to a family, then we preach Jesus to them. This is changing lives. And because the chiefs around the surrounding area have seen what is happening in 3 communities, they are now inviting us to go to other communities. We are now having 11 more communities wanting us to expand. We have a lot of pastors outside in Lilongwe, which is the capital city, calling us to go and distribute chlorine. What we are asking is the capacity. We don't have the capacity to reach all these people. We need more units. We need more chlorine units. We need the solar panels. We need all the resources so we can reach the people. Just as the Bible says that the harvest is plentiful, but the laborers are few. We need more to join this bandwagon, to join this mission of changing lives, to join this evangelism, to join this mindset change movement, so that many are won in the kingdom. Thank you.